now we are looking at financial patterns part 2. So the first we want to look at today is financial literacy. All right, we're looking at financial literacy. Okay, so now why is financial literacy so important? Because you can actually work in the bank and not be financially literate. It's so vital. The reason for the suffering that we have around the world, and the reason why somebody can have a BSc in business admin and still be looking for work is because of what? Lack of what? Financial literacy. Once you become financially literate, you are like somebody who has been delivered from the operation of demons over your life. Are we getting that? Yeah. So now, what is financial literacy? Financial literacy is financial education that gives you control over your money. Financial literacy is the type of education or financial education that gives you what? Control over your money. So you can see now, it doesn't matter the volume of the money, whether you are operating below 1 million naira in your business or you are operating below 100,000 naira in your business. Yes, number one is financial literacy. So we're just saying what is financial literacy is under it, kind of giving it a definition so that we don't live in oblivion and wondering. We don't even know what they're talking about. Are we together now? And so that is why we are sticking to the definition being an education that gives you control over your money. And we just also established this has nothing to do with volume of the money that you have control over, but it just simply means that you have control over this. That's like A there. Then B, it helps you to gain mastery over budgeting. So you have understanding over your money to the extent you are able to budget within the available income that's within your control. So that's why I say, you see, it has nothing to do with volume. It's not, oh, if I have 10 million, I'll be able to control my money, I'll be able to do this. No, no. If you are still in that frame, it's still because of what? Lack of financial literacy. So it's just like what we're discussing before now about whether we should pray our enemies should die or not to die. You can see a different level of operation. It's the same thing even in money when it comes to money. So what you don't understand, you definitely operate below that. But once the understanding is there, you're able to work within that. You do your budgeting according to what is available to you. All right. Now also understand, even in the extension of that, financial literacy helps you to comprehend tax and leverage on insurance. There are so many of us that have never thought of having to do insurance. We don't even think in that direction. The only insurance that we are doing, that we are used to, is the third person what? Third party insurance, especially those who have cars understand that very well. All right, but the truth is that we have no understanding of comprehensive of insurance. And so your financial literacy drives you to understand those things and all of that. And we move to that direction that we have to do that, where you insure your properties, you insure your car, and you make it comprehensive so that the insurance company does not cheat on you and say, oh, what you insured was fire, but what carried your car away was flood. No, that's why we call it comprehensive insurance. You make sure it covers everything wherever the water will come from. Because in the past, why insurance was a big mess in the part of our nation was because of these small errors between the person that was insuring his property or his car and the insurance company. The insurance company knew you were working in error, but they will not let you know. So that's why you need the knowledge. Are you getting that? And in case you don't have the personal knowledge, then you need to get an insurance consultant or even tax is the same thing. All right. You now that you are small, you are not paying tax. You may think, okay, nothing, nothing spoils. But if you are growing and you get to a level of relevance in the society, they can dig out. And if you are also paying, you must make sure you have record. That's another thing you must do. Are we together? You must make sure you have record. If you are not having record, They will just come. Most of the time, from what I've learned, they don't always have a record. The government wants, in our nation. So they just pop up something and land it on you. If you have record, you now bring out your records. And with somebody who has all the knowledge in your office, is the one that will relate with the government. You will be surprised at the end of the day, is that your record the government will now use to handle your case. So imagine when you don't have your own record and you were actually paying, you also lose the fight. So most of the time here, a celebrity will fall into this, especially even footballers. They get into this mess. So they're enjoying all the money. Nobody disturb them. One day, they just pounce on them. And you can lose millions of dollars for that. So please, let not your financial literacy ends in just 2 naira thing. No. Let it make sure it ends in you graduate and move forward. All right? Thank you. Number 2, developing entrepreneurial mindsets. Entrepreneurial mindsets. Most of the time, when it comes to this, the person that is selling guguru just along the road, such a woman selling maybe corn and all of that, might actually understand this more than you that is carrying book up and down and wearing suits. Are we together? So you can meet somebody that is selling corn, for example. That woman can tell you how many corn you will need to sell in a day to make a particular profit. Are we together? All right. So, and if you want to be part of that woman's business, how much to be added, she can tell. Now, also understand when you are talking to such a person, do not use the word profit. She doesn't really have understanding of profit. Use the word that they understand on the stream, which the other word called gain. Mama, how much you take gain now if you said this one? She understands that better than profit. When you are using the word profit, it's like you are advancing the grammar for her, and she can be even confused. So most of the time, they actually understand this more than you that is wearing coats and glasses and pin up and down. How we together? So developing what entrepreneurial mindset is so vital in building your business or your financial patterns. All right. So we need to know all of those things and all that. So because of this, I want to add this one to it. So because we're going to talk from here. Sorry, I have to clean this place now. Developing entrepreneurial minds. This is actually something that person like Robert Kiyosaki had developed over a long time, and I think normally put I here, put B here, but it's the same thing. All right, this I believe if you are a good student of Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, you would have learned this thing. He was the one that made this thing popular. And there's some knowledge that comes to you or that's established in our world that you can't argue. You argue them to your detriment. Are we together? You argue some knowledge to your detriment. It's not necessary. What do? You take advantage of them and live your life and establish it. So for those of you, if you have ever read that book or you are aware of this diagram, what does this one stand for? Employees. Remember this? This one stands for what? Self-employed. You see, you people need to know this. Very, very important. And this one stands for what? Big business, according to him. He didn't just call it business, call it big business. Because what we are trying to do, we're trying to move from that. Then this one stands for what? Investments. Okay. So you need to know these things. So it becomes like quadratic equation or board maths. Remember, those of you who are good in mathematics, most of the time want to solve mathematics. What do? You introduce board maths to it to make it a bit simple for you. Okay, there's a definition I have here that I did not ever remember to call out. Who are entrepreneurs? I just simply say entrepreneurs are people who create and run businesses. So in case you want to write down that, developing entrepreneurial mindset. So who are these people? They are people that what? That create and what? Run businesses. So we need to understand these are the people we call entrepreneurs. In a very simple definition, you know the way I do my things, I like to have a simple definition so that it can really get down, you understand it, instead of confusing you with too many grammars. Okay, so E stands for employee, and of course, the major problem with this set of people is that they sell their time for money. Employees sell their time for money or their hours for money. So they work from 8 to 5 or 8 to 6, 30 days in a month. That was what my brother did for 20 years. All right, thank God for what he has been able to achieve with that. That's actually where most of us started from. Everybody starts from that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a curse. So in case you start thinking that, oh, was that a curse? No. At that time, it took care of you. At that time, your bills were taken care of. At that time, you were able to feed yourself, feed your family. So it was just a level. You can see the spiritual matter we're discussing. You can see even in business, there are levels now. The first time I heard that you cannot be an employee and be a millionaire, I argue like you people were arguing with me just now. How can you say that? I know people who are earning 1 million. 1 million no be that time until I began to really understand this thing that, oh, it's not this. Okay? So you don't really find anybody who's an employee who is a multi-millionaire. If the person comes to a level where it begins to move from there, even he's working within the system, all right, it can divert into what? Investment. So that is what makes him really, really rich. Because he loves the business, can decide to still be there. For example, you are a pilot. Are you with me now? So just because you are earning millions every month doesn't mean you should not leave the flying work and all that. But while there you are a pilot, you can work to become a captain. And while you are still need that money, you can invest in properties. You can create your cash flow while you are still flying, working with the company. Are we together? For somebody who does not understand what you are doing because of your level of financial literacy, he will think, is this so and so? I know him. He's working for so airline. No. Beyond what you didn't know is that he had investments in other people's businesses. Are we together? So now the next one is what? Self-employed. The S stands for what? Self-employed. Now, the way I put it this place, self-employed person is an advanced employee most of the time. All right? Some of us are still there. Personally, I think I'm still in that level. I'm still in the level for what? Advanced employee. Because self-employed person has to be in the business to make it work. So if you see you are still at the level where you must be at that place to make it work, you are still what? You are in what? Self-employed. You are not free yet. At that level, you can't even go on vacation anyhow. Otherwise, your business can be ruined. Are we together? So you are still trying to make things work, but there's always room for progress. Somebody said the biggest room is a room for what? Progress. There's no, so you don't make anything stuck with your life. You just keep moving and moving. Now, the next one is business building, which Robert Kiyosaki called it big business. He calls it big business because I remember in his book, and he said, in this place, you must have minimum 500 employees to really enter this cycle. You see, for this quadrant, for you to call yourself, oh, I am a big business person, I'm a big player in the industry, you should have minimum 500 persons working for you. That's what Robert, at least in his own definition. You can't be arguing with him. It's either you agree with him or you forget about it. He's the one that taught me that your personal house is not an asset. Before then, I thought it was an asset. I argue like every other person. So he taught me that it was what? A liability. And he proved it. And over the time, I can actually see it's actually liability. My brother had the house since for that 20 years that he has worked. He had the house for over 15 years, if I can remember vividly. But this is the first time the whole compound has been vacant, doing nothing. This is the first time becoming a business place and producing cash flow. You can see the different level now. You see that now? So that means that house has been a liability to him because he has been maintaining the house. clearing the little weed that comes around the house, and do renovation maybe once in the Christmas time and all of that. Eh? And do what? No, econ care. How would it call? This is now that it's creating an econ within the same property. Are you see the way we think now? You know, my brother is not happy about that money you spent with because he wanted you to invest, but thank God he did not waste all the money. As he still quickly do some investment. So understand how this thing works. Now the big business is scaling business through what? Franchise. Franchise is one very beautiful one people use to scale business in the big business quadrant. If you happen to bring a very node brands from US or from Europe to Africa, and you are the first, and your contract was well taken care of, covered, that no other person will bring that particular business, my dear, you are made. And you don't have to own it. That's another thing that entrepreneurs need to learn. All the businesses that you are going to farm must not be founded by you. You must learn how to leverage on other businesses to create your wealth. Are we together? So that means there are some businesses even your friends are doing, you can be part of. Not necessarily that even person like Felix now can be part of his fish business. You don't have a place to grow fish, for example. Don't it stop you to say, okay, oh, how many can we create another one? I put in 1 million or 100,000. Let's get more fish into this. By the time we harvest it, so percentage goes. Now he's the one that's going to be fully there, making sure the fish eat and all of that. But at the end of the time of harvesting, then so percentage go to the person that brought the money. You that were taking care of it. Now you are like an employee, but in partnership, you also get some percentage. Before you know, the business becoming what? Bigger. Are we together? So that's another one we lack in our nation, or in Africa in particular, because we lack collaboration. We don't learn how to collaborate. We want to own our own, my own, my own, my own. And owning your own time is going. To buy a landed property now is not an easy thing. Don't forget that. If you buy it in the bush and you are doing that kind of business there, before you come back, they will help you to eat it. I hope you know that. So if you now find somebody who's already doing it well within the place he lives, what a beautiful opportunity to invest. All right, I hope that's a beautiful idea. You pay me for that anyway. And especially when you are with somebody that loves you so much, who could work with you. All right, so that's another one that's saying that the I stand for what? Investment or investing. Now, I will echo that statement again and again. The worst investment is better than the smartest spending. The worst investing is better than the smartest spending. So please don't ever you miss that. So what am I saying? We that find a way to keep investing all the time. Are we together? Find a way to keep investing. Don't use to stop investing. Now, simply put it this way, the investing is taking a portion of your money and leverage on an existing brand. It's just as simple as that. It's not my business, I can leverage on it. It's just taking a portion of my money and put it there. That's why we promote CLFI here, nothing less. I'm not the owner of the company. Are we together? I just believe, okay, what they are doing will benefit me, and I take a portion of my money and I put it there, and I encourage you to do so. Whether you do that or not is your business. I cannot force you to do that. All right? It's your decision. But I made my decision, I've done mine, and I just encourage you to do the same. Number 3, in our financial patterns, marketing skills. This is another place a lot of people fail in business. Number 3, marketing skills. Now, the art of communication skill must be mastered if you are going to succeed in marketing. You see that now? If you are going to succeed in marketing, then the art of communication skill must be mastered. So you can see the reason why most of you are running away from marketing is because you can't even communicate effectively the business you are promoting. So you find out that we have many people who just want to invest in a particular business and they are not ready to promote it because they lack the relevant communication skill to transfer or to transmit that business idea to somebody else. Are we together? So you find a lot of people, oh, I don't want to talk, I don't want to, I just want to invest, I just want to invest in all of that. So, but if you're going to be an entrepreneur, then this area of it, you must master it. You must master it. We had a meeting 2 weeks ago at Ota, which was hosted by Mr. Ozedie. From his testimony, from what he has been enjoying with our business, it was easy for him to discuss the business. And of course, he's learning every day. OZ can leave Ota to Ikeja or to Ipaja just to come and learn one thing. And it's getting better. And you were so shocked to see how many people gathered in that meeting. They were there. All right? So in business, you just have to master this. So honestly, your secret fear for network marketing is actually because of your inability to communicate the business effectively. No, I just put that one there, but that is the truth. That's why your fear is there. You don't want to, you know, we give all manner of excuse why we don't want to discuss about the business. Most of the time, your fear is actually because you lack what? A communication skill. Because at the end of the day, we find that even when you have other businesses, you are not still able to talk the business to your friends and maybe on your social media platform and all of that. So it's still the same thing. So it's not about network marketing, really. It's about the fear. And that is why I've said so many times that the most dreaded word in business is the word what? Sir. Sir, thank you. Really be a good student. This is the most dreaded word in business, and yet is the pillar of every business. People spend millions, especially big brand, millions of dollars on training their staff on marketing and take care of the marketing part of the business. Very, very important. No matter the business you have, if you don't have that aspect, that your business is not going to grow. Even if you have a church and you don't develop the marketing side of it, which one is the marketing part of the church? The evangelism. If you don't work on that, if you don't train your people to a level where they're able to evangelize, you have also missed it. You're not going to have a big church. You will soon end up and be talking down on those who have bigger churches and say, don't be by big congregation. I say, no, it's by big congregation. I am saying that. I am saying that. Don't tell me that. I did a bit that thing there. I say, hey, stop that, man. Because we are not in heaven and we are not living in the spirit. We are living in the material world. We will judge you here by what we see with our optical eyes. If you laugh, be speaking English. It's not by it's not by that. It's by that, sir. It's by that. How will I leave somebody who built this place where we're having meeting and now be saying you that couldn't even leave your village, you are more successful than this person? How do we interpret that? I don't understand. Leave the spirit between the person and God that created him. When they meet together, they define that. But here, we'll define you by what we see. It's as simple as that. If you like, be angry. You don't accept it, argue it. You are your own. It's not judging. It's the word major the way we see it. Okay, listen. Okay, now you see this is why I have problem with religious Christians. When you were here last week, we discussed about the 3 years return. Jesus Christ, I don't know why I'm not the Jesus Christ message serious. I said just want to crack joke. He gave talents and he said he went on the journey, came back 3 years. He was expecting them to make profit. This one, I've doubled it. This one, I've doubled. This one say, you are a wicked man. I don't trust you the way you are looking. That's why I did not spend the money I hid it. You know, there's a part of that scripture we didn't read that day. When he collected that one, you know, he did not even give it to the one that multiplied 2. He gave it to the one that what? Multiplied 5. And he said to the one that does not have, it must be taken for him. And the one that has, more must be given. It's not like, man, they interpret by the Spirit. The one we see, now we go take judge. The judge may not be the judge to kill you. It's not the judge to send you to hellfire. Yeah. I don't have time to blame anybody. But what they are trying to say is that, okay, I give you something, take 1,000 or $5,000, $5,000, $5,000. Then they not sell anything.
And even they are thought, who are using for something? You have to I'm saying that now.
Okay, no problem. You know why we don't why we not argue?
You don't know what to do.
But sir, what is that? It's only one that putting on
This man just want to just leave this man. This my uncle just leave this uncle alone. This uncle just want maybe you want to spice up this place, no problem. Since you want to spice up this place, no problem. That is why we are teaching people financial literacy, so that when money comes to your hand, know what to do with it. You know, we are talking about labeling your money. We have talked a lot of those things. We talked about, we have also discussed the cycle of money in this place. That when the money comes to your hand, don't let it just jump out. See how you can go. If that person has that understanding, we know what to do. But that's just to let you know our God is a profit-minded God. He hates waste. It's as simple as that. That's just the communication there. So let us learn those things. When you see the Jews are very successful, there's nothing mystical about them. They've taken some of these principles raw, while we are them arguing them and debating them and trying to say no, it can work in America, but it cannot work in Nigeria. Now we say the way we did so.
We the follower.
Eh? No, me, I'm not. Me, the follower, I'm following well to my best, and I will follow well more. All right. So number 4.
That's what we are learning now.
This is teaching us is the principle of
Work on your body language.
Number 4.
Yeah, work on your body language and the interpretation of your and the interruption. Sorry, the interruption. This is my writing here. Interruption of your phones while marketing. Body language and phones. Because this is another one. Some of you not they watch. Sorry, sir. Let me quickly call the phone when the phone ring. No. Work on your body language and interruption of your phones while you are marketing. Especially when you are marketing to somebody that is superior. I heard something from Pastor Maja Shimolowo. He was talking about how a lady was marketing a property and she stood at the balcony marketing that property. And this property is worth $500,000. All right. While she was marketing, of course, the breeze was maybe it's a property on the island where they have a lot of breeze blowing, and she was there addressing, shaping her hair, moving her hair, and trying to, that was even wasting time. Now, what Pastor Master Achimolo was trying to let us know on that, because I attend these master classes, he said, you are not the product. Don't focus too much on yourself. The product you are marketing, you were even distracting the people by trying to, women are flinging your up and down and all of that. And we see quite a number of them doing that same thing, marketing properties on the island. They wear things that are very revealing, that will make you focus on them instead of the properties they are marketing. So watch it. Work on what? On your body language and the interruption of your phone. Your phone must not ring while you are trying to market to a particular product to anybody. Don't do that. I've told people so many times, thank God, none of you have ever heard my phone ring out in this place. And that's been for no less than 10 years now, if I'm not mistaken. For a long time. It's not necessary. All right? The noise of society for me, I think is already enough. It's already enough. So, but some people just enjoy noise. I also see it at the gym. In every gym, or especially the one I attend, there are music, central music that's already going on. But still see people with earpod and other. I say, what are you hearing? I don't understand. You want to kill yourself. The noise in the place already enough. They add to it. It's just tie to some of them. And we don't know how many people are probably having air drum even at the end of the day. So try to be you don't need all those things. So please learn them. So business, somebody say business is warfare. You have to treat it like that. Are we together? Don't treat business as if you are in entertainment, this thing. No. All right? And if you are not in music, you are going to prospect your customer. Don't put all the chains on your neck. It's not music industry. So you must learn the difference. Okay? Wear something nice. I've always told people that when sport people on TV were wearing just anyhow something, no big company were taking them serious for endorsement. But today, watch all the sports stations. They are well knitted in suits and in sneakers, good ones. So companies can also take you serious. Nobody wants to waste his money. Can't come and commit their millions just for you talking rubbish and we're dressing anyhow to the studio. All of those things, you have to watch them. Number 5, let's begin to round up now. Prioritize your energy. Prioritize your energy. Prioritize your energy. Now, this one, as sales say, don't engage in marketing when your energy is low, because many of us, our energy level is at different level, uptime high. Some of us we are better maybe in the night time. Some of us are better when you just wake up. So quickly take care of that before you get exhausted. So there are some customers that you are supposed to speak with on the phone. When your energy is low, please respectfully let the customer know and fix a proper time for that customer, so that when you are doing your marketing, especially on the phone, you are at your best in your energy. Are we together? So work on that. Don't joke with that. Don't be telling the customer, okay, I'm tired. Before you know, you are yawning. No, 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 no. You are marketing. Don't try that. You rather cancel that meeting, beg the person to reschedule that meeting. Make sure you are at your best when you want to market anybody, want to prospect a customer. Are we together? And those energy level differs depending the person, depending your work time. Some people might be better even 10 p.m., 11 p.m. if the prospect is going to be available. If it's a prospect that is also very hardworking, some of them they even do 2 a.m. That's why some people meet in the club just to discuss business, and that's the time they have to do all of that. Yours might just be in the morning when you just wake up and quickly do that before you really get busy. So don't mix them up. Understand your energy. This one, nobody can classify you into it. Are we together? That's just say prioritize it. You are the one that know when you are super alert to talk about business. So I can only suggest to you that, I say, whether morning or night, whatever it is, just work on that. Number 6, develop your leadership skill. This is actually where most people lose out in business. All right, because what we have found out that employees that take the business where they work as their own always do better. Develop your leadership skill. That's number 6 now. Now there's an argument or some school of thought that believe that leaders are born. Some school of thought believe that leaders are not born, leaders are made. But we have to understand that yes, both of them they are correct, depending how you're looking at it. Because leaders could be born, leaders also are made. Are we together? There are people that are born into leadership, like the royal homes and all of that. They are leaders of communities. Okay, but you might not be born in royal homes, might not be born into presidency and all of that, or family. We have family in America that almost everybody, in fact, there's even a woman, I think she's the only woman that's ever done that. The husband was the president of America, the son was the president. Where's that president from? Republican. Bush family. All right. So in such families are unique. Okay, they born into it, they easily come into limelight, not because of them, because of the family work they are born into. Are we together? One day I was in the village and a cousin of mine was talking and was talking about, was trying to praise the bird eagle and talk that of vulture and say the reason why eagle is like that is because it does not feed on dead things. I've heard those teachings before. I said, no, that is not absolute correct. The reason is because the eagles is born into the eagles family. Why the vulture is born into the vulture's family? There's not the vulture, there's no practice you're going to give to the vulture that's going to swallow the eagle. As it's a different classification. He really thought deep on it, he didn't argue it, he really not decided on that. So you have to understand that. So leaders can be born, and leaders can also be made. Some of us were not born into any leadership cycle, but by God's grace, by the reason of training and accepting responsibility, that is another one key there. So you can be an employee who counts calendars as you resume work and you close at the end of the day. You say, oh, is my boss that is owing me now? I've done one day. No, no, no. You know, people use those language very well. No, don't do that. Take responsibility, develop your leadership skill. Before you know, you are in charge. That's why even in prison, Joseph was in charge of other prisoners, and all of them were prisoners. Are we together? So if you will do this, you get promoted even in that office faster than any other person. Of course, in football, you see that they don't just give anybody captain ban. It's because of what you have demonstrated even within the team, that you might not be the oldest player. They can just hand over the ban to you. Say, okay, you deserve this. Please, final submission. Master resilience and learn how to recover quickly. Master resilience. Resilience. Master it. Gain mastery. And learn how to recover fast. If you fail, learn how to recover fast when you fail. When a business, you get disappointed in the business, don't keep staying there and be crying. Learn how to move on fast. Because there are things that are beyond your control. For example, government policy can be beyond your control. In a particular business you are promoting, for example, as networkers, you're promoting a business, something can happen to that company. It's beyond your control. So don't sit down there and be crying. Learn how to recover and move fast. So be resilient. It can even be your business. We have seen billionaires and entrepreneurs around the world who actually started the business closed down and they start another one. All right? Don't stay there and be sharing testimony, oh, if not because of this business fail, I would have been here. It's part of your story. Learn how to recover fast and move on. Are we together? At least government policy is part of the reason why a person like Dangote cried out some weeks ago. Yeah? The number one in Africa could also say, hey, what is happening here? Something is not going in my favor for the first time. And the man cried out. And of course, quite a number of people supported this cry, even though there were few that said, hey, guy, you'll be enjoying this thing over the years. Eh? So that means no matter how favorable a particular government can be to you, another one can come that can wipe out your investment or your business forever. Are we together? But whatever it is, learn how to be resilient and learn how to recover very, very fast. Change of positions and plans and all of that. So because those things happen, and when they happen, you just have to learn how to move on. Are we together? I watched one race that was done by little kids, maybe less than 10 years. I think maybe my daughter's age and all that. And they were on this relay. The relay was just, I think, 200-meter race. And this little girl immediately said, your mouth go. As she moved, her shoe fell off, a sneaker. So she went back and quickly wore it. And you know, in a race, that means a lot. Because that little time that you move back, my others have gone. But you'll be so surprised this black girl won that race. So it shows that she knew, she believed in herself and all of that. She quickly put that thing and ran. Of course, if I run into that video the way, I will just load it in and show you all of us that. To let you know it was not a film. It was a real competition and she won. So no matter the failures, be resilient and learn how to recover what? Fast. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you next week, Saturday. Thank you.